Just in the last 24 hours, over 30 folks associated with President Trump subpoenaed.
There was initially a statement that was 30 searches executed, which would have been unprecedented. I mean, that would be like a huge mob hit. That did not happen. But 30 subpoenas were executed, and at least 2 search warrants for phones, including, as you said, phones of one of his lawyers now, and one of the other people I think that assist him. So you look at what's going on here. You're talking about the distraction factor. Well, all of these people are having to hire lawyers. So, CC, the Department of Justice decided to up the ante here.
It's sending a much broader message, which I think is their intent, that truthfully, like Jordan has said, and we've discussed, anybody who is involved or related to former President Trump, they have to be somewhat concerned and scared, and I think it is a message to intimidate.
So they're kind of taking out his team one by one, and this time in mass, Dad. And when you get these subpoenas and you're leading a legal effort for the president, or you get your phones seized, as one of those attorneys had 2 phones seized, makes it a lot tougher to do your job for the president.
Those individuals, like George said, and this is like death by 1,000 cuts. Because what happens is you've got now 30 people have been hit with subpoenas, most of which cannot afford the lawyers at the level of lawyer you would need to defend yourself.
It's a chilling effect on their effectiveness, and it's actually a chilling effect on anybody who would be related to the president. And truthfully, you think about all these staff members or even attorneys that now have to hire attorneys to represent them. I think even getting an attorney to represent you in this is not going to be easy. That's because attorneys are not going to want to get involved in this.
Nope. This is a different group of people. When you start hitting out the lawyers and the staff level folks, this is very economically damaging for them, because you got to lawyer up and you don't know what's coming next. You don't know who's knocking on your door, going to raid your house at 6 in the morning.
Does it surprise you that they've gone and done this within the 60? Normally, the 60-day window. This is how it works, folks. 60 days out from an election, a national election. This would be the midterms. They usually don't take action. They go quiet for the quiet period, we used to call it. That appears to not be the case anymore.
Trump derangement syndrome has changed everything in how Washington reacts. And so the way they react to Donald Trump is so different, so that whatever policies were in place or procedures in place, it's like the waiving of the executive privilege by Joe Biden. This was just a norm, and these norms have gone out the window. And I think that is the serious harm long term to the presidency and to the country. Is not even about Donald Trump. It's about the fact that if you have current presidents waiving former presidents' privilege claims and their ability to raise privilege as an issue. Well, that could happen to Joe Biden, too, and that could happen to the next president, too, and it becomes this very partisan issue, whereas we've allowed past presidents to move on.
I think what's happened is that the stakes are so high now, and the aggressiveness of DOJ is so targeted that it effectively, I think, makes defense here very difficult, which is also a prosecutorial approach. You don't go after the old stories. You don't go after the king. You go after all the people around the king. Now, a former president's not even a president, and a former president's certainly not a king. But what you do is you go around them, and that's what's happening right now.